What's up, guys? Welcome back to the show. Happy Monday. I've been thinking about doing this segment for a while, and finally I said, you know what, I'm gonna do it because this pretty much hits home for almost everybody. Everybody that has a big community or small community, that have kids and all that stuff. So, I figured I need to, you know, do this segment because because this is what we've been fighting for since for like the past 2 years, and these school districts are just completely are out of touch with reality, and then bring in the big tech, how they support, these stupid policies, and I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. If you don't, this is what I'm talking about: grooming children, indoctrinating children into a society that is basically a fairy tale. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in these people's heads. But let's read this. This is from Daily Caller. Twitter censors groomer term after left-wing pressure campaign. Only if these people will just shut up. But no, they have to push their agenda, and you know what? The big tech is bending the knee every single second. This because that's what they do. Because they're weak. They are weak. They are spineless. They're just a bunch of hypocrites and a bunch of morons. So, I also read that Tim Pool was also banned from Twitter for using the term groomer. So that's pretty much interesting, right? Is it interesting? Of course it is. The term groomer is now a banned word on the social media platform because you can't use it. Twitter began censoring the word groomer after left-wing media watchdog group Media Matters for America pressured the site to crack down on the term, which they claim is anti-LGBT. Everything's anti-LGBT. My water bottle is anti-LGBT. My remote control is anti-LGBT because if I don't like the content, I'm gonna change the channel. But that's considered anti-LGBT. So anything that you don't like and you don't want to hear it, you don't want to participate in it, you don't want to agree with it, is anti-LGBT. Commentator James Lindsay was locked out of his Twitter account Thursday for calling a Media Matters employee a groomer, according to a screenshots Lindsay shared with the Daily Caller's News Foundation. He had to delete his tweet and wait an additional 12 hours to regain full access to his account. So he bent the knee. The term groomer describes adults who form inappropriate friendship with children in order to prime them for sexual abuse, and it has been used by some commentators to refer to those who expose young children to sexual content through drag shows and lessons on gender identity and sexuality. Okay, so let's read that one more time. The term groomers describes adults who form inappropriate friendship with children in order to prime them for sexual abuse. So let that sink in for a second. And it has been used by some commentators to refer to those who expose young children to sexual content through drag shows and lesson on gender identity and sexuality. How does those two don't combine with one another? How are they not the same thing? That's exactly what it is. It's like taking a child to a strip club. It's like taking a child to a swingers party. Is that not the same? Apparently not. Lindsay told the DCNF he used the term to refer to both sexually predatory grooming and ideological grooming into what he called queer Marxist ideology. Can I agree with him? I call people who engage in either of these grooming behaviors groomers because it's wrong to do and because that's what they're doing. Grooming. So, grooming sitting by itself it means exactly that. It's basically when you shape a child's mind into a perverted, I don't know, I can't even come up with the terms anymore because there's so many terms you can use that you're gonna get banned for. So but most important, I'm done reading this thing. So the most important part of this is this, guys. Look, most of us live in a big community. Most of us we have neighbors, we have children, we have this, we have that. Okay, so if a parent is unfit to raise their children, they call the child protective services to come and take the kids away because somebody feels like that parent is not fit to raise the child, right? Now, nowadays, it could be anything. Because it's not about abusing the child. It's not about putting the kid's life in danger. It's not about, the kid being exposed to deadly drugs. It's not about the kid being outside at 3 a.m. while the child is like 10 years old. Understandably, those are not good ideal situations where proper action should be taken. But when a parent wants to teach the children about family values, about religion, about how, family structure, culture, X, Y, and Z, right? A lot of parents take the time, a lot of parents, go through the hardship to basically raise their kids right, and so they could be a productive member of the society. And then you have parents, who promote this whole LGBT stuff, take their kids to drag shows and all this stuff. Look, I'm not going to tell anybody on how to raise their kids. But we have some set rules in place for everybody, not just us, for everybody. Adult content, anything sexual related, anything that shows sexuality, anything that shows that a child could be exposed to a sexual content, kissing, it's one of those things. Okay, this is why movies are rated from rated G all the way to R, right? PG-13, 13 and older. PG, 13 and under. G, children, or whatever. So when those set rules have already been in place, that's for everybody. The groomers tend to not want you to oblige by these rules because it goes against the narrative. Because they are continuously to say, oh, LGBT community is under attack, LGBT community. No one's under attack. You guys are doing this. This is something that you guys have started because you are seeing the adults are no longer listening to you. The adults have moved on because you guys are just getting left and right more ridiculous as far as what you want to do and how you want to, force your ideology down people's throat. Just live your life. Nobody cares. That's the whole point. Nobody cares about how you live your life. Nobody gives a shit. Move on. We don't care. Go do whatever you want to do behind closed doors. Nobody cares. I guarantee you, I do not care what you do behind closed doors. As long as you are a good person to everybody, as long as you're respecting people, that's all that matters. Behind closed doors, that's your business. But when you start pushing ideology on others, that's when I have the problem. This is why immigrants migrate to this country, because of the freedom that they have, that they don't want government influence and other influence putting pressure on them to oblige to the way that the others are living. They want to live the way they want to live. That's how it is. A lot of Muslim communities are in the United States. A lot of women wear, they wear the hijab, they wear the burqa. I don't like it, but I'm not going to force them not to do it. This is America. It's a free country. You choose to do how you want to do. You choose to live how you want to live. Right? As long as that's what it stops, I don't have a problem. As long as they don't come up to me and tell me you need to cover your hair, or they don't come up to my wife and tell me, oh, you need to cover your hair, I got no problems. You do you, I do me. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. You're not going to tell me how to live my life. That's where it ends. This is why people migrate to this country, guys. This is why people wanted to come here, because this place was once a great country because people can express themselves freely without infringing on other people's lives. But now they have taken that inch and they are now taking a mile. That's where the problem is. Now they're trying to infringe their lifestyle on other people's lives. If you don't do this, you're anti-LGBT. If you don't do this, you're a transphobe. If you don't do this, you're a racist. If you don't do this, you are this. And if you don't do this, you are that. That's just how it is. If you want to be gay, good for you. Nobody cares. Congratulations. You do you. If you are respectful, you will have my respect. I do not care what sexual contents you watch. I do not care what sexual activities you do. That's not my problem. That's not my concern. It's not my problem. As long as you are a respectful individual, as long as you are a respectful member of the society, that's all that matters to me. As long as you're not pushing your ideology on anybody or me. That's it. We can have conversations, we can talk, and that's what is great. Because if we can agree to disagree, that's the whole concept of this country. You can always agree to disagree. But when you start to disagree and there's consequences behind it, that's where the issue comes up. Because I disagree with the ideology. Now, this person, oh, he's anti-LGBT, or he's anti-this, or he's a racist because he doesn't believe in this. Because it doesn't affect me. But as soon as it starts affecting me and my immediate family or my community, that's when you're going to hear about it. Because you don't see me go out and tell people, you see an LGBT person, you hit him in the head. You see a trans person, you hit him in the head. Or you see a drag queen, you hit him in the head. I don't do that. That's not what I do. That's their personal lifestyle. That's their personal choice. Let them be whatever they want to do. I make the decision what my kids can be exposed to or not. Not the school district, not the government, not anybody else. I make that decision. If I want my kids to be exposed to a drag queen, that's a decision I make with my wife. We make a decision. Okay, I think it's a good idea. Let's take the kids there. Let them see what the drag queen is. If I want to expose my children to, LGBT hour or whatever, that's the parent's choice. But there's also lines in that, right? You take a child to a drag queen time, and all of a sudden the show turns very sexual, very inappropriate for children to see, then you are going to be in hot waters. Because if those contents were okay for children, they will be in the children's programming, which it's starting to leak into there. So, I know this segment kind of went on a little bit long, but, leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. Hit like, share, and subscribe. Until the next time, guys, peace out.